introduce both speakers. So first of all, it's a great honor to have Tetsuro Matsuzawa here, or actually Matsuzawa Sensei, as they would say in Japan, from the Kyoto University Primate Research Institute. And well, Matsuzawa is a world-famous primatologist, and what makes his work so special is actually that he is doing research in the wild, but also in the lab, so he's combining the two. And in the I project, a project launched in the 70s, he's studying language-like skills and number concepts. And another famous project focuses on the behavior of wild chimpanzees in Guinea. And those chimps are using anvil and hammer to crack open nuts, so that's quite amazing. And today he will explain us the consequences of having two hands for social behavior. And he will also speak about the power of imagination, which came, according to him, at the cost of memory, of immediate memory, I should say. So I met Matsuzawa in 2010 in the United States, and his talk really excited me and actually set me on the path to study great apes as well. And last year he gave a wonderful talk at the Cognition, Behavior and Evolution Network meeting, which some of you attended. And on that meeting I also met Professor Jan van Hoof. Well, most of you know Jan van Hoof because he's very frequently seen on different media. And also I really enjoyed this television broadcast where you explained and demonstrated the evolutionary benefits of tongue kissing. I didn't know that was so useful. But on a more serious note, Jan van Hoof is a top scientist and an absolute pioneer in the field of emotional research in great apes, in non-human primates. And he grew up in Burgers Zoo, which was directed by his parents, and he was trained by nobody less than Nico Tinbergen and Desmond Morris. So his studies on facial expressions and on laughter in particular inspired and inspires scientists across the world. And today he will talk about whether we understand the animal mind, and also whether we can perhaps shape artificial minds. And what I didn't know, and what I actually found out last year, is that those two gentlemen are friends. And I thought, well, of course they share a passion, right? And I thought it would be really nice if those two friends can meet and can talk about their passion. So I'm absolutely thrilled to have both of them here. And without much further ado, I'd like to give the word to Professor Matsuzawa.
Misschien moet je een beetje aanzetten, want volgens mij is wel niet.
Doet hij niet? Is dat aan? Ja. Dichter bij me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tetsuro Matsuzawa from Japan. It's my great pleasure to be here to talk about my study on chimpanzees and also have time to discuss with my old friend Professor Jan van Hoof. And it's a special honor to be here in Siebold House. Not house, Heis. Siebold House. Very famous, how do I say, biologist? Not only biologist, cultural anthropologist, who introduced Japan to the West. So today, Aim of talk, key question for me is, what is uniquely human? And outline of talk, as introduction, first I want to talk about primates. What is primates? And my own research method. And based on this introduction, today I will talk about 3 topics. First one is origin of bipedalism. Bipedalism is a definition of humans. Supine posture. Supine posture means lying on the back. Prone, supine. Supine means lying on the back. That makes us human. And language. Of course, language is uniquely human. So 3 topics. So one by one, I want to talk to you. First of all, I want to remind you of the following thing. No monkeys and no apes in North America and in Europe. No American monkey, British monkey, French monkey, German monkey, Dutch monkey. Japanese monkey. So among G7 or summit country, in the advanced countries, Japan is very rare, only one that has indigenous monkeys, what we call Japanese monkey or snow monkey. Except humans, non-human primates, about 350 species. They lived in the green part of the map, so Central South America, Africa, India, Southeast Asia. So Japan is the northern limit of monkeys. So that is the reason why primatology is ahead in Japan, leading country. Japan has been the leading country of the study of non-human primates, thanks to the natural environment. And in my case, I have been focusing on chimpanzees. Why? Because chimpanzees are the closest relative. To know humans, I wanted to know chimpanzees. Well, suppose that you want to know your country. You may learn the history of your country, geography of your country, social system of your country, but the simplest way to know your country is going abroad. Once you go abroad to see the other country, now you recognize what is your country. So that, suppose that, so the same logic. I'm very much interested in humans, and many scholars has been studying humans in various angles, so that I want to know chimpanzees to know humans as a whole. So this is chimpanzee, mother infant. And the same genus Pan has different species, bonobos. So chimpanzee, bonobo. Chimpanzee, bonobo. Chimpanzee, bonobo. Homo sapiens, Homo neanderthalensis. The relationship is the same. Chimpanzee, bonobo. Homo sapiens, Homo neanderthalensis. And gorilla. And orangutan. So humans, chimpanzees, bonobos, gorillas, and orangutans are hominid. Why? Because no tail. As you know, monkeys has tails, but apes do not have any tail at all. And human, no tail. So the same. So humans and great apes consists of, the family hominid consists of human and great apes. So I went to see Borneo orangutan. And orangutan is almost 100% arboreal, always in the trees. So you have to look up the orangutan. And when you looked up the orangutan, you did not recognize you are eaten by the leeches. Really ugly. This is a leech who sucked my blood. Let's kill him. And last year, for the first time, I went to Sumatra to see Sumatra orangutan. So orangutan is in Borneo and also in Sumatra. Sumatra orangutan and again leech. I went to Yunnan, China, to see snub-nosed monkeys. I like mountaineering. And amazingly, snub-nosed monkeys spread up to 4,000 meters high. So today, Mount Fuji exhibition, Fuji is 3,776 meters high. But more than 4,000 meters, there is a species called snub-nosed monkey. And a beautiful mountain. Snub-nosed monkey is very unique because they live on lichen. It's not tasty, I tried to eat. And even more, they eat snow. Very strange creature. And last year, for the first time now, after watching monkeys and apes, I wanted to see humans, hunter-gatherers, pygmy living in Cameroon. Why pygmy? There are various hunter-gatherers like Australian Aborigine, or Bushman in Namibia, or Eskimo Inuit in Alaska. But those people live in the desert or ice area. But pygmy live in the tropical rainforest, sympatric, coexisting with chimpanzees and gorillas. So they in the same environment how people live in the forest. So that was my motivation to know their life in the tropical forest. And it was very interesting. Very humble house, but inside was very comfortable. So the second part of my introduction is my research method. Synthesizing. I try to synthesize the two different approach, fieldwork and laboratory work. People used to the observation in the wild, in their natural habitat, to know the wild chimpanzees, their way of life. And people used to do the cognitive study in the laboratory to know their mind, to analyze their memory, perception, social cognition, and so forth. But if you put the methods and places in the 2x2 contingency table, you recognize there are two blank windows. So you may do the experiments in the wild, in the field experiment. Or you may do the careful observation of chimpanzees in captivity, what I call participant observation. I participate their daily life in captivity as a member of the community. So fieldwork I started in 1986. So every year, December, January, I went to Africa to see the wild chimpanzees. And the place is Bossou, left side. The country is Guinea, Conakry. There is a field station there. Bossou Nimba is designated UNESCO's World Natural Heritage Site. And chimpanzees use a pair of stones to crack open nuts. That is a unique cultural tradition of this community. And field experiment. This is the outdoor laboratory for the field experiment. It looks natural, just a forest. But it's an outdoor laboratory because if you 1 step, 2 step, 3 step back, it's like this. So grass fence. So behind the grass fence, you can see the chimpanzees without disturbance. Chimpanzee at Bossou use a pair of stones to crack open nuts, crack open the hard shell to get the kernel inside, edible item. And I want to show you the video clip. So the experimenter, the researcher provides the stones and nuts, and I marked the stone to know which stone was used as hammer and anvil. So researchers observe and record their behavior from a distance. And not only the tool use, but also you can see just an ordinary social life in the forest. Young female teasing the old lady and the kid too. Well, unfortunately, the number of chimpanzees at Bossou is decreasing. And in contrast, in PRI, Primate Research Institute of Kyoto University, in the past 4 decades, I'm trying to make a community of chimpanzees. So Bossou chimpanzee, Kyoto University chimpanzee. So I want to make simulating a whole community, not focusing on one individual. So laboratory work since 1977, so this is 39 years old long-running project. That is called AI project because of the female chimpanzee named Ai, spelled AI. Pronunciation is I, and the meaning is love in Japanese, and very popular girl name in Japan. Many Ai-chan in Japan. So, 1985, 31 years ago, I published a paper in Nature titled Use of Number in a Chimpanzee. So 30 years ago, the paper got the attention of the scholars all over the world. And we try to teach not only Arabic numerals but also the other letters of alphabet, Arabic numerals, kanji Japanese letters, and so forth. So I want to introduce participant observation. What does it mean? Classic way of comparing two species, humans and chimpanzees, is as follows. You put baby chimpanzee at home. The logic is very clear. Keep the two species in exactly the same environment, same stimulation, same life. Then suppose that human babies start to speak, but chimpanzee, they don't speak. So language is uniquely human. That is the logic of the study. But when I have an opportunity, mother chimpanzee abandoned the baby, so I was forced to raise the baby chimpanzee at home with my daughter. Of course, the right side is my daughter. They look similar. But when I had the opportunity, I immediately recognized it's not fair because my daughter has a parents, but the baby chimpanzee has no parents at all. It's not fair to compare like this. The baby chimpanzee is forced to adapt to human environments. If you separate a baby chimpanzee from the mother, look depressive. You shouldn't do so. So only one thing I made a change. So for almost 100 years, the Western scholars try to compare human and chimpanzee in such a situation. But I wanted to make a change. Only one change. Mother rear the baby. The baby is reared by the biological mother. You should not separate the baby from the mother. As you see, placenta and cord, so this is right after the birth. I get into the birth cage to see the mother and the baby. And thanks to the long-running relationship for a long time, I can ask the mother to help me to test your kid. So 2005, Ayumu, the boy, is 5 years old. 2009, 9 years old. So every day I stay with mother and the son. And 2012, 2014. By the way, my hair was black. And getting white. Well, let me repeat. So, participant observation, the advantage is very clear. Exactly the same situation. You can test the two species thanks to the relationship to the mother. And in the outdoor compound is now surrounded by the green huge cage and silver cage. So it's a very unique habitats. So 3 different habitats are interconnected, and one community of chimpanzee occupy different habitats because of fission-fusion structure, social structure. I want to show you what's going on now. So 15 meters high climbing frames, outdoor compound, that is connected to the silver cage. From the chimpanzee's viewpoint, 1, 2, 3, 4 walking booths at the level of the 4th floor. Whenever you want, you may come to the booth. and all is fully automated computer system. So 1 for chimpanzee touching the numeral in an ascending order, 279. And the correct answer is rewarded by 8 millimeter cube of apple. The size is exactly the same as Antiaris africana, the favorite fruit in the forest. So I wanted to simulate their life in Africa. And whenever you want, you may leave. Then the next chimpanzee come to the booth. So it's free. So based on their free will, you can test the cognition in captivity. Using video camcorder to do the automated face recognition to know which chimpanzee come to the place. Because every chimpanzee has a different level of study. So bipedalism, so 3 topics. The first one is bipedalism. Human evolution is characterized by having 2 feet, of course, but it is from the primate common ancestor of 4 hands. It is not 2 hands from 4 legs. Naive belief. I think every person here, naive belief, 4-legged animals walking. Then human evolution, standing up. So 2 folians freed from locomotion. And that freed hand started to manipulate objects. And that object turned to become tools. And effective tools enlarge your brain. And that enlarged brain makes more complicated, complex tool. So that is the evolutionary scenario. And now Matsuzawa says it's completely wrong. It's almost lie. Completely wrong. I want to explain why. I started to study horses in Japan and in Portugal. Very much interested in horse. Horse, 4-legged animals. Monkeys quadrupedally walking on the ground, but when they stop, do they stop like horse? When they stop, what do they do? Imagine, they do like this. Upright posture, body trunk is upright. Why? Because they climb up to the tree. Horizontal body trunk, you cannot climb up. So to climb up, you have to right up the body trunk to climb. So actual human evolution, the scenario is from 4-legged animals, yes, I agree, but to 4 hands primates. Primates are 4 hands. 4 legs turn to 4 hands to grasp trees, branches. Then from the common ancestor, the primates going down to the ground again. We invented 2 feet, not 2 hands. 4 hands animals created 2 feet. So the green one, 2 hands primates, that is the key. So from 4-legged animals, as you may know, 66 million years ago, the Earth made a big climate change. And the dinosaurs all died, all gone. The common ancestor of mammals went to a different environment, niche. Horses stay on the ground, 4 legs. But bats, look at bats. Horse, bats. Flying into the sky, wing. And dolphins in the sea, legs turn to fin. And primates. So that is foot, but look like hand. Foot look like hand. Yeah? Gorilla foot look like hand. I went to the paleoanthropological site in Lake Turkana, Kenya. It's a desert, very hot place. And they dig the ground and footprints in this case. 1.5 million years ago, footprints. Try to find human footprints. And there was it. And my foot and fossil hominid footprint. The same. And when I walk Lake Turkana, I recognize my footprint, and the right side is ungulate footprint. But 5 minutes later, when I return, the water comes into my footprint, so preserves the shape, very beautiful. So supine posture. Infant is physically separated from the mother and takes a stable supine posture. That makes us human. Chimpanzee infant, putting on the back, cannot stay. Right arm and left leg lifted up. 5-6 seconds later, left arm and right leg. Alternative, slowly change. And the same story to the orangutan. Chimpanzee, orangutan. Chimpanzee, orangutan. Chimpanzee, orangutan. The same. Why? They want to cling to the mother. So 24 hours a day, right after the birth, for 3 months, never away from the mother, always cling. So hands are not free, always cling the mother. So humans are unique because of infants' stable supine posture. Stable supine posture, why it's so important? Because of face-to-face communication, looking into eyes, smiling, maybe pupil size assimilation, and vocal exchange. Only human babies cry in the night. It's a nightmare for the parents. Cry in the night. Chimpanzee baby never cry in the night because no need to cry to get the attention of the mother. You yourself try to get the nipple to suck the milk. And hands are free from the beginning. So that manual gesture and object manipulation turn to become tool use. Vocal exchange turn to become speech. So in chimpanzee, eye-to-eye contact to some extent. But human baby, look at the face, look at the lip, mouth, smile. Yeah. So neonatal smiling, so innate response, spontaneous response to smile. So smiling attracts the attention of the adults. Chimpanzees smile too, but let me skip it. And the last topic is language. Language is uniquely human, but human language developed for sharing information among the adults who collaborate to rear the children. It's not a matter of abstract concept, symbols, representation, no. Sharing the information among adults. That is the essential part of language. So each chimpanzee learned to label color to the letter. Oops. White goes to the letter white. Green goes to the letter green. Brown, the letter brown. Clear? Purple. And the reverse. Slowly. Pink. Japanese letter decoded. Brown. Red. Green. Gray. But this is not so easy for the chimpanzees. We can teach the letter, but it was not so easy. In contrast to it, Arabic numerals. Chimpanzees use Arabic numerals to count the number of white dots. 7. How many white dots? 5. 1. 6. And very difficult. Okay, let me skip. Chimpanzee learn to touch Arabic numerals 1 through 19. It's very quick. So what we tried is the memory test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After touch 1, the other numerals gone. But chimpanzee can remember which numeral appeared in which position. Don't worry, you cannot do it. I know only chimpanzee, young chimpanzees can do it. So our common ancestor may have this kind of capability, but we lost it. But in return, in the course of human evolution, we acquired the power of language to share the experience with the friends, families, to do the collaborative hunting, and to get the meat and bring it back to the home base to share the meat with the women and the children. So that is my evolutionary scenario. Thank you for your attention.
So, thank you very much. Next speaker is Professor Johan.
Iets gebeuren.
Er moet iets gebeuren, ja.